What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1 and Episode 2. So, dear viewer, if you wouldn't mind, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 released in 2010, with Episode 2 following in 2012. Now, these were planned to be the first two parts in a trilogy, so you're probably wondering, where is Episode 3, O.C.G? And I'm here to tell you, dear viewers, that like a G-spot in a man, Episode 3 does not exist. So we'll just have to talk about Episode 1 and Episode 2, won't we? Not that there's very much to discuss, of course. I've pretty much already told you everything you need to know. First of all, I said the word Sonic, and that's who we play as. Sonic, that little blue bastard who stars in quite a lot of video games. Secondly, I said two words, the Hedgehog, and that's what Sonic is. Apart from being a little blue bastard, he's also a hedgehog. I know, he doesn't look very much like a hedgehog, but none of these blasted cartoon characters actually look like the animals they're supposed to be. I mean, Bugs Bunny doesn't look like a bunny, looks like a human dildo. Anyway, Porky Pig doesn't look like a pig at all. He looks like my neighbor Simon. But anyway, we're not here to talk about my neighbor Simon or human dildos. We are here to discuss Sonic the Hedgehog. What was I talking about before Oh yes, so we've established that Sonic, little blue bastard, the Hedgehog, he's a hedgehog. Not episode, 4. The number 4 comes before the word episode, and that's what this is supposed to be. A continuation of the old Sega Mega Drive / Sega Genesis games, in which there was Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So this was supposed to be the 4th game. At least I think that's what its intention was when they started developing the bloody thing. But I don't know, Episode 1 in particular seems more like a bloody remake of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there's entire stages taken from that game, including that stupid one with the praying mantis fuckers that throw boomerangs at you, that I hated in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I hate it here as well. Not to mention those bloody starfish-shaped bastards who shoot spikes at you. I never knew starfish could shoot spikes, so that's good. This game actually taught me something. Also, you fight several Robotnik bosses. In fact, I think in Episode 1, every single boss fight is a boss fight you've already done before. Let's see, so we got the one where he's in a machine. Yes, you fought Robotnik in a machine before. Then we have another boss where he's in a machine. Yes, I'm sure there was also another Robotnik boss in a machine. Yes. Then there was the final boss, which was a big machine. And I'm fairly sure we've fought Robotnik in a big machine before, so this game is just copying the older stuff. Isn't coming up with anything new. Well, luckily, Sonic 4 Episode 2 does just that. Though it still takes bits and pieces from some of the older games. But what makes Episode 2 superior to Episode 1, in my opinion, is the fact that Tails is here. And everyone loves Tails, don't they? No, wait, it has just occurred to me that I don't like Tails. Ah, damn it. So I can't say that's something I prefer about the second one. So, apart from ripping off some of the older games, having Tails in the second one, what exactly are these bloody games? Well, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. And of course, with ignoring the fact you should already know what these bloody games are, like, Who doesn't know what Sonic the Hedgehog is? I mean, come on. What year were you born? 2025? Yes, I'm aware it's only 2023 just now. Shut up. Well, basically, you're going to go through stages. So, for example, Sonic 4 Episode 1 has 4 stages, and a 5th stage, which is basically just a boss gauntlet, and the final boss. And you'll run through these stages, collecting rings, smashing enemies to bits, and then eventually fighting Robotnik. And you'll do all the usual bollocks you usually do in a Sonic game. You'll platform, you'll have to go underwater at points and look for bloody air bubbles, and there's one really annoying section where you have to light torch things so that a wall will open. That bit's bloody annoying. And in the second episode, you can have Tails do special moves with you, like the two of you combine into one bollock, and that bollock can roll and go through walls and dig under the ground, and of course Tails can go up in the air and you can have Tails fly you about the place. And if you're lucky enough to have a friend who also owns Sonic 4 Episode 2, you can play co-op. I think. I don't have any friends, and I certainly don't have any friends that have Sonic 4 Episode 2, so I've been unable to test out that mechanic. Come to think of it, I've never been able to test out that mechanic. Has it really been that long since I had friends? I mean, Episode 2 came out in 2012. What year is it now? Oh yes, 2023. We already established that when I made the faux pas about the 2025 thing. Damn. Well, anyway, what do I think about Sonic 4 Episode 1 and Episode 2? It's fine. Waste a couple of hours if you like the older Sonic games, but with a more modern look to them, then you can play this. I mean, if I was you, I would go and play Sonic Generations instead, or Sonic Forces, or one of the other games that combines the 2D stuff with the 3D stuff and has a much better story, but Sonic 4's fine. You can download it on PlayStation 3, which I'm sure a couple of people still own a PlayStation 3, and you can download it on Xbox 360. And I'm sure a couple of people own a Xbox 360, not to mention that it's backwards compatible, so there's that. Therefore, I declare that Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 and Episode 2 is very good. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my totally not improvised, recorded in the middle of the night review for Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 and Episode 2. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.